Heyo everybody, Haku here with this week's first of the weekly read-throughs for the Promised Neverland or Yakusoku no Neverland. We got chapter 98 and 99 going this time. So, yeah, I'm excited to read both because the last 4 chapters were freaking amazing. We ended off the Goldy Pond arc, which has been my favorite so far, and they have a lot of things to do. They need to find allies that exist somewhere out there. They need to find the 7 walls, make a new promise, rebel, and free everyone from Project Lambda or whatever it was called, from the factory farms, from the 4 main farms, and all escape probably through Gracefield and do so within 2 years. So I'm not sure which of those objectives they'll be going for next, but I guess they'll probably meet up with their allies next. So yeah, let's see what happens. But we got chapter 98 here. And we have a color cover, Toward a World Where Light Awaits, The Promised Neverland. Okay, volume 10 on sale now. Okay, chapter 98, The Sound of the Beginning. Okay, I love this cover here. Best character, Gillian, gets to be with them. Oh my god, she is on the cover with Emma, is that? Hold on. With Emma Ray, Don Tomalani, Felicia, and at the far right, I can't tell who that is. I can't tell if it's Oliver or supposed to be Oliver. I guess maybe it's supposed to be Oliver. Alright. Moving along, getting past the translator page, checking my recording. Okay, here we are. Those who honored Minerva's dying wish found themselves like this. December 2031, so like 14-ish years ago, maybe 15-ish, because I'm sure some time has passed in the story. I have a bunch of people tied up on their knees. Did we get them all? Yes. The nerve of you traitors. Crawling into my own house like an infestation of worms. Do it. And we see the head of the Rotary family. I can't remember which one. I thought there was Peter Rotary, and was the other one James Rotary? I can't remember which one was William Minerva and which one was the brother, though. So, sorry if I get their names wrong. I'll just call them Rotary from here until I start to learn it, until we see it a couple more times. But now March 2046. So it has been 15 years. Okay. We see the bunker now. I think. No, maybe not. Because there are kids sleeping in underground bunks. It looks like. Your next orders are thoroughly investigate the surrounding area. Okay, so it is the bunker, and they have humans out looking for them. Here, found their little hideout. Show no mercy. Exterminate every last one of them. Yes, sir. And they're running around. Okay. And they bust in, open the doors. There's nobody there. Anyone? Negative. Not the Gracefield escapees, nor the stupid ones from Grand Valley. What's the matter with this shelter? No one inside. This is some craziness. 6 o'clock sharp. The ring of the cooking pans start the day at B0632. Morning, y'all. Okay, so they went to the wrong bunker, I guess. And we're just being misled? Or has time passed? Not sure. But we'll see. Morning, y'all. You're gonna miss breakfast. Good morning. Morning, Chris. Full of energy as always, eh? Okay, and Chris is the one with the spiky black hair who I always forget his name. After a month and a half, this has become a familiar routine. Okay, so it's been some time. Thanks for the meal. Ah, and I love this, all of them together. Our family has 63 people now. Alright. Everybody's different here. Ages, personalities, and we got people from different farms. However, alright, we all get along very well. Everybody helps with cooking, cleaning, getting provisions, and a lot of other things. Who are you again? You don't hold back, do you? Work is shared according to everyone's abilities. Right? This place is much smaller than the house, and our food portions are starting to get smaller. Even then, our days are full of happiness. Oh, and I love Gillian's decorated everybody's stuff like she dresses. we have more friends now. Love this. We can do better. I'm really enjoying this life. Thanks, Adam. Oh, and Adam's carrying Chris around. 63194, and he keeps repeating it. Hey, Adam's saying Emma's number again. Huh, so that's what those numbers were. Anyway, say, have you seen Emma? Okay, so he's repeating Emma's. Well, she's probably with Ray. Alright. In the secret room. Okay, so we have Ray, Lucas, and Emma down there. And they're sitting at a phone. I can't read what's on the phone. I don't even know if it's in English, but it's very small. Any sign of the supporters? Nope, still no contact, says Ray. Okay. 1 week earlier. The first step is to communicate with the supporters. Yeah, we gotta check out whether that'll work, says Yugo was his name. We'll need to restore all the damaged lines, and then... Oh, and that's Nigel without his hat. But are you sure this is a good idea? The supporters, I suppose that the supporters were already found out and killed. It's very possible then that the one who picks up the line is in the enemy camp, and they might try to pass as a supporter. Alright. Just turning the lines back on could already be enough for them to find us. So maybe they busted in and found B0632 empty, and that was B0632 because they've already left to go to the supporters, maybe. You're right. Minerva himself's alerted us about exactly those risks, says Lucas. We've absolutely no traces leading back to the shelter. Be very careful when entering or leaving. Yeah, that's how we found it back then. Okay. It seems that the lines here have some sort of technology to make them impossible to detect, says Gilda. And he's also prepared several fake shelters. Okay. There are passwords to verify both of our identities. Of course, there's still a risk of those being compromised, but even with those risks, I want to try, says Emma. If they're supporters, we need their help. If they're gone, we must make sure of that to plan our next move. As long as we still have time, it's best to be thorough. So, how exactly do we contact them in practice? Yes, about that. Okay. And we see they typed in something and it led to the secret room. And a bunch of them go down there. Did you know about this, Yugo? Nah, had no clue. Right below that room. What an incredible place. A telephone. All we're supposed to do is call a certain number from this phone. Then they'll call back within 24 hours. If it works, I'm going to try, okay? Okay? They'll call back in 24 hours, if it works. Okay. I'm gonna try, okay? Says Emma. It's been 7 days and no contact, says Ray, sitting down there. It's been 15 years since Minerva recorded his files. Makes sense that there are no supporters left. Still, these lines are working for sure. No one contacted us, but the enemy didn't come either, which means... They've left it behind? Could be. Okay, now we're jumping back to the human people that are hunting them. But I wonder if that shelter isn't just a dummy, says the guy. Granted, it's my brother we're talking about. It's quite possible that he predicted our eventual betrayal and prepared any number of countermeasures in advance. But I believe that's not all. It seems like there are still some left playing on the side of your predecessor. Alright. We can't search this area due to interference from electromagnetic fields, but I've successfully located their tracks. I assume there must be more than 40 of them. They were trying to cover their tracks, but at the end of the day, they're just unprepared children. Leaving absolutely no trace would be impossible for them. And yet, the tracks have only brought me to this dummy shelter. And now we have him tapping his finger. Someone must be collaborating with the cattle. Someone good enough to erase their tracks and even mislead us with fake ones. Oh. Is this? Hold on. Hold on, I'm going back a page. In the forest there, that almost looks like Musica, but I don't think it is. But I don't know. We are ringing now at the phone, and I think we see Emma, but I think it might be Lucas who's gone to answer. Ah, and we're cutting back again to the Ratri guy. I see. We aren't fully rid of the pests, then. Very well. We shall change our approach. Gather round all this cattle, along with their collaborators, and get rid of them all in one go. I'm counting on you, Andrew. Yes, sir. Okay, so Andrew is the one hunting them. Unless he's going to be the traitor. And then they just hear a beep. It's Morse code, says Emma. Cannot meet now. We'll contact later, thinks Ray, listening. You are in danger. Peter Ratri is your foe. Brother of Minerva, Ratri clan head. His brother, and the head of the clan. Wait, what's the password? He says. It's correct. Okay. It's the faintest light, but they've seen it. Do not leave. We will meet you. They cut it off. There are collaborators on our side after all. That wasn't a recording just now on this line talking with us live. It was an ally. Make sure you survive until then, young boys and girls. Okay, so it wasn't Musica, it was whoever this is. That's whoever we saw. So they must be the one making the fake pads. Gosh, I'm so hyped for this story. Let's continue on for the last chapter. Let me take a quick jump cut though. Okay, we got chapter 99 now, and next time I'll read 100 and 101. But a message from someone faithful to Minerva renews their hopes. So there really was an ally. That wasn't a recording, just now on this line talking with us live. Was it really a supporter? It's the real thing? Yeah, and Ray smiles. Love this. Okay. They didn't try to lure us outside, nor fished for hints about our location. An enemy would probably do that, or else get us to call again soon. It doesn't hurt to stay cautious, of course. There's always a chance it's a trick of some sort, but still, I think we can trust them. So far so good, says Emma. Now that we know they're allies and that we can contact them, they'll come to help us, right? Says again this kid. This weird-looking kid. Nah, we can't be sure of that at all, says Ray. Huh? They probably think we're eager to escape in secret. How could they guess that we're looking for the 7 walls? That we want to do something as drastic as saving all the children in the world? Okay. It's true that Minerva raised the possibility, but they can't know that we choose this option. Then, we really have to find some way to tell them. But hey, we know they're on our side. However, says Lucas, you could tell there was a sense of urgency. Their call was very, very short, and even though they were supposed to contact us within 24 hours, it took them a whole week, only to tell us that we can't meet right now. From that alone, it's clear that the enemy's very close. True enough, but still, there was good news too, says Ray. They said they'd contact us later, and that they'd come to meet us. We should be prepared to receive a call at any time. Let's take turns standing by the phone. It's probably a good idea to teach Morse code to everyone who can, says Lucas. Yeah, and while we wait for contact, I want to try to find out as much as possible about the 7 walls. Okay. We're a big family here in the shelter. Our days are busy but happy. Chapter 99, Kuvitidala. Okay, Kuvitidala. I like this. We see a nice color page with all the people living together in the bunker. Alright. You must seek for night and day in the eyes of the dragon Kuvitidala. You shall first head northward for 10 miles, then head eastward for 10 miles, then head southward for 10 miles, then head westward for 10 miles. So, a square. Skyward for 10 miles and landward for 10 miles. When the arrow stops between the sand grains and the sun sets down in the east, to the cries of the earth you shall find what you seek. That which sets us apart from him, namely, the 7 walls. And Toma and Lonnie are just looking confused. They're making fun of us. Yeah, I've read this again and again, and they totally are. The whole thing makes no sense, but just look at this part. Go north and east and south and west, all the same distance. You're just going to go back to right where you started, damn it. Okay. Okay, next page load, please. Though this Kavitidara guy is something I've heard before. Yeah, totally. Okay. So, did you decipher what I asked? Decipher, says Yugo. And they have a bunch of books. This is the ancient book from the library, huh? As for the books that deal with demons and the Promised, they're all old enough to be considered historical. Wow, they're falling apart. That's actually super cool. Just how old is this thing? Ray asked us, so we gave it a try and decoded it. That's not all. I have something to ask you. Okay, so this has all been developed previously. But this isn't just an old text with archaic language. There are pages where paper's crumbling and the handwriting's so weird you can't even tell which language it is. Those pages are in Latin, mirrored writing. What do you mean, Latin and mirrored writing? Latin used to be a common language throughout the entire Roman Empire. Mirrored writing is when you invert left and right directions of the letters. This handwriting looks really difficult to decipher. Romans. I found it odd that they had a Latin dictionary in another shelf, but we were soon leaving for Goldy Pond, so I asked them to decipher it. And when we read it, we found out that your hypothesis was correct, Ray, says Don. This book is actually a collection of diary notes. Collection of diary notes from many different people. They're from many different places and ages. The oldest one is probably that part in Latin. Then this may be from the clan that made the promise, says Nat. That is, the diaries of the Rotary clan from 1,000 years ago. We're just guessing from looking up the words that we could decipher, so we're not completely sure of the contents. But they do mention something interesting. The dragon Kavitidala. Kavitidala, is that a place name, or maybe it's a place, says Gilda. It's here on the map. She opens up another book. See? Someone has written coordinates over the original map. Are these the same coordinates that the pen uses? You must seek for night and day in the eyes of the dragon Kavitidala. The other hints are unclear, but at this rate, yeah, first of all we should take a look at this Kavitidala place at D528143, so hella far away. That's a bit far away, says some of the kids. Who's going? The supporters told us to stay put here in B0632. Protecting the shelter's a priority. The search party should be small, says Emma. If too many people go, we'll be easy to spot. Handpicked elite, thinks Don. Of course that means once more, Ray and Emma and Yugo, and... Let's go with me and Emma, says Ray. And Don and Gilda. Huh? Hey, the kids are going alone, says Yugo. The path is very likely brimming with those damn demons, and we have no proper guide either. None of us has ever explored those areas, not even I. Yes, we know how dangerous it is, and we'd be much safer with you, of course, says Emma. But the warning we got made it clear. The enemies are out there looking for us. I'm sure they're trying to locate the shelter, so we can't afford to leave it short-handed. This is our home, the headquarters of the cattle children. I'd feel much better knowing that you're here protecting the shelter, Yugo. Don and Gilda are super dependable comrades. Right, they learn very fast, and let's not forget that time during the escape when... Okay, moving along. And they're both crying. What? If you don't want to go, you don't have to. The heck are you talking about, man? I'm so happy. I thought we'd stay behind on headquarters duty again. And it's so difficult when you can't do anything except wait. Now we can stand by your side. What a relief. We'll work our asses off on this. You'll see. Right, Gilda? Right. Sorry to interrupt the moment, but could you please take these two along, says Yugo. And he pushes Sandy and Violet towards him, I think. Or Zach and Violet. That's Zach, right? We got plenty enough staying here. And we know that Zach is one of the more capable of the Goldy Pond kids. It's easier to do watch duty with 4 people, and these kids will probably be of some use. Are you that worried about them, Yugo? They'll be alright, says Gillian. Zach, Violet, would you like to go with us? Gladly. And here on the next page we have a calendar, everybody planning. We have Oliver coming down to the weapons room. Paula's down there. Zach. Okay. Them passing food off to one another. Oh, we're showing time passing, so it's March now. Zach is experienced in the relief squad, and Violet is a great guard who can see well in the dark. It should be all right, says Yugo. Were you always such a mother hen, Yugo? Says Lucas. Alright. Now it reaches the 10th. Well then. And they all wave as they're leaving. Oh, I love this team. Then we have all the people. Nothing better happened while they're gone. Look at them. Look at everybody's happy smiling faces. Anna's there, Gillian, and Anna has her pigtails getting longer. Her braids are coming back. Be back soon. For the sake of a better tomorrow, the party quests for the 7 walls. Chapter 99, end. I'm so excited. So, yeah, that was this week's first 2 weekly. Next week I'll have 2 more with 100 and 101. This is kind of a really good place to end with them leaving so that we start off next time with their new adventure. So, yeah, gonna be weekly now, every Wednesday. And, that's it for this week's. I loved this week's too as well. I mean, they weren't as big or important as the last ones. Really, if anything, the big thing to say here is that they have allies. The allies are going to meet the group that Emma's not with. And we have to wonder if the allies are going to really want to go along with their plan to change the world rather than just escape. And also, I thought to myself too, what if the allies aren't human? Because you gotta think, there are probably other demons out there like Sung Ju who think that humans shouldn't be kept in farms but rather hunted naturally. And logically speaking, they can't just all be quote-unquote evil or completely without empathy for human causes. There have to be some of them that feel for humans as fellow sentient creatures. And I would put Musica in that camp probably. She didn't seem like to want to hunt them at all like Sung Ju does. So, yeah, I guess we'll have to see where things go in the future, but I enjoyed this one. I hope you did too. If you did like the video, comment down there. Tell me what you thought of these chapters, what you thought of my live reaction, and such. Subscribe for more of The Promised Neverland, both anime and manga, much more on the channel. Follow on Twitter if you want. I can try to keep you updated there and stuff for the channel or talk to you there. And if you want a link to our Discord server to talk to me or more of us about this series or anything else, then just ask and I can give you a link. That's it. Thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.